Hello, beautiful people. What's up? My name is Six and I'm your astrologer. I'm so happy to be creating this video and getting to know you all a little bit more. Today, we're going to dive into understanding the magical world of astrology. There are so many people who are interested in their horoscopes, and now you have people who are subscribing to apps, they're buying books, and doing really all they can to better understand themselves and the language of astrology. So I'm going to try to make it super easy for all of you by just simplifying this language and putting it in a video format so you can just go ahead and understand what's being presented to you. Before talking about the first house of astrology, it's probably best to explain my approach towards astrology and just how I practice it. And when I say practice, I mean that word very intentionally. Just like there are different practices of martial arts and different practices of yoga, there are also different practices of astrology. So it's really important to note that even though I practice astrology in one way, that doesn't mean that other people share those same beliefs or are going to be using the same methods of interpreting information. In my practice of astrology, I approach astrology as a framework for self-care and a language to articulate how a person feels. My belief is that the planets may not influence us. They do, however, act as symbols of how we can best understand and enhance ourselves. And also, it's just fun. Like, it's a nice thing to do. I don't understand why people get so hell-bent over it. Simply put, I view astrology as the universe's guide to self-care. When astrologers are studying the positions of planets, what we're really doing is studying planetary transits. Planetary transits essentially tell us when a particular planet is in a particular zodiac sign. So, for example, right now, Venus is in Capricorn. I can tell that by studying planetary transits, and that is one way that astrologers make observations of the current energy as well as future predictions. What my practice is really big on focusing on is studying the birth charts of individuals. That's what I'm going to help you do in this video. And when you study the birth chart of an individual, astrologers are able to look at the planetary positions to inform their questions, observations, and make interpretations of a person's birth chart. I like to see astrology as a form of soul mapping. Our birth charts can help us become aware of our personality. They can be used as permission for astrologers to tell us who we are, which can be very dangerous. They can also help us develop our character. So that's really one of the things that I like astrology for. Now that we got that out of the way, let's dive into the first house. In a way, the ascendant represents what a person is rising into. Like I said, it's that approach towards life, and the zodiac sign your ascendant falls into and the planet that rules over your ascendant will provide you clues on how you can enhance your approach to life and your personality. The ascendant can also give insights into the physical appearance. So we're talking about this in part 2 of this video. In sex astrology, when you're studying the ascendant, it can give you insights on how to enhance your physical appearance, which would help with the seduction process, as well as how to attract play partners, people to get, frisky with. Frisky. Now that we've got that all out of the way, onto the first house. In the world of astrology, the 12 houses represent different parts of our personality and life. The first house represents ourselves, the self, our image, and behaviors. The planets within the first house can provide insights on a particular aspect of our physical self or traits that we should be aware of, that should be paid more attention to, or traits and physical attributes that can be emphasized. When studying the first house, it helps to start by determining what sign it falls into. As a hint, your ascendant in your first house will always be in the same zodiac sign. No matter what house system you use, because there are different house systems and it makes things confusing for some people, your ascendant and rising sign will always be the same sign as the first house. So once you know what your rising sign is, you're going to know what zodiac sign your first house falls into. If your first house falls into Aries, then your approach to life is probably head on and brave. At times, you can be very childlike. Aries risings are unintentional trendsetters and often pride themselves on being the first to do or discover something. They are ruled by Mars. For Taurus rising, there is a very grounded and reserved approach to life. Taurus risings appreciate continuous serenity and are very in tune with the physical world. They are ruled by the planet Venus. Gemini risings believe in duality and are continuously working to understand the other side of perspectives, of things, of the world. They are noted for being curious, and often that curiosity can lead them towards satisfaction. They are ruled by Mercury. Cancer risings are very sweet and emotionally aware. They can be super comforting. Whenever I see Cancer risings, my instant desire is to hug them because usually they look so homey. That being said, they're ruled by the moon. Leo risings are ruled by the sun, so they are naturally very bright and captivating. Somehow they always seem to find a way to stand out from the rest of the crowd. When they enter rooms, they're very, very memorable. They also have very striking hair choices, so either they'll be the only person who's completely bald, or maybe they have this bold hairstyle. I tend to think that they're very noted for their mane. That's a very Leo thing. Virgo risings believe in being precise, so they're very into precision, and sometimes that's mistaken for a desire towards perfectionism. That being said, I do think that they can put the expectation, or the expectation of perfectionism is often placed onto them. In this lifetime, Virgo risings learn the hard way that you really have to be on your T's and Q's, or whatever the expression is. You have to be very on your stuff, because even the littlest mistakes can result in losing out on really amazing opportunities. They've experienced that, so they tend to try to avoid the likelihood of being eliminated and then take it from there. Libra rising, simply put, are super pretty. They've mastered developing their personal symmetry. Balance is something that's very important to them. And when they achieve that balance, it really allows them to practice grace and continue to work towards attracting the success that they desire. Scorpio risings have a certain darkness to them. To be clear, when I say darkness, I don't use that synonymously with being evil or bad. The dark that Scorpio risings tend to exude is more so intimacy. They're able to go to dark places. They're able to share that emotional intimacy. They love doing that with people, and it's through depth that they connect, and they really, really are good at bringing out the depth of other people. Sagittarius risings, as mentioned before, they're best when they allow themselves to be world travelers. They're noted for being very optimistic, positive. They have a very happy-go-lucky approach to life, and that's really what helps them manifest the most amazing lifestyles. Capricorn risings are notable for being focused, hard workers. They also have a certain stoicism to them. Of course, not all Capricorn risings keep a stern face. Plenty of them are super fun. If you've ever gone out with a Capricorn rising, when they're actually taking a break and they're not working, they can be super silly. They can be the life of the party, super fun to be around. They tend to take a slow approach to life, which means that they take their time to adjust to people, to understand things before they get too invested in them. Aquarius risings, like Capricorn risings, are ruled by Saturn, which means they too care about long-term sustainability. Aquarius is a very sociable energy that's big on community involvement as well as social justice. Finally, Pisces risings are the human embodiment of the end of winter. In the spirit of melting snow, what I found with Pisces risings is they find joy in releasing the material constraints and giving faith to the unknown. They are very creative, whimsical, dreamy, and sometimes they can have their head a little too far in the clouds, but usually they can bring themselves back to life. Sometimes they have to be brought back to life. In part 2 of this video, we're going to get into sex astrology, which is going to be us looking at the first house to determine what your flirting style is, what your approach to sexuality is going to be, as well as what your physical assets are and what you can enhance so that you can be more attractive to the people that you want to be attractive to. If you're interested in sex astrology insights, then you will have to subscribe to My Only Witches, which can be found in the description below. My Only Witches is named Sextrology, and it is a digital community that is housed on Vibely. Sextrology is a private, safe, secure community that is dedicated to studying the astrology of sex, beauty, and love. I look forward to seeing y'all on Sextrology, as well as going deeper into the first house in the second half of this video. Please subscribe to my YouTube for more astrology content like this. If you haven't already, please like this video and share with a friend who's interested in learning more about the first house and what it means for them. Thank you so much for watching this video. Until next time, may the stars be on your side. Bye.